Hi everybody, this is Ray and it's show me time. I have a float tube here and I'm going to show you how I made this rod holder. The rod holder is made with PVC pipe, schedule 40. One is 4.5 and the other one is 3.5. And I used a 30-inch bungee cord probably with 3/8 inch thick. And it fits around my tube. The other one that's hanging there in yellow on that same one is a yellow anchor rope for safety. So what I did is I bought some clips from Menards. They're cable clips, 3/8 inch thick, or 3/8 inch it'll fit, and for a cable. And then I also bought a package of 1/2 inch, and you might get 6 or something in them in the package. But I put the bungee through them, and then I hot glued the clip onto the PVC. And you got to go around the whole edge of that clip so it's on there solid. And I used it on the second one too, where I wrapped the bungee around once. And you got to make sure it's in the middle, otherwise it throws it off. And I also put the clips so they're across from each other, because that way it stays down. It doesn't like turn around and move side to side. For some reason, I had to put it down there on the center, like, and I hot glued that safety rope to the tube also. And there is 30 inches, and if you see where the clips are, you got to make sure they're on good. And if they're not in the right place, you just got to cut them off with a razor blade or X-Acto knife and put a new one on. That way, I did that a few times because I made mistakes or something, or it didn't work right. So this is the way I figured it works great. And I can adjust it a little bit by that one that I'm holding in my hand right now. The bungee is loose, it's not tight. The other one, I used a cable tie to tighten it down so it didn't move. And see how short it is to the edge, to the end of that bungee? That's where I figured I can stick my hand down and take it off. I don't have to go in the water to fasten this. And I can just hook it up on the side, or hooking it up underneath. This way I can see where it's being hooked up. But the safety strap, or whatever you want to call it, string with a clip on it, and that clip gets connected to your tube, float tube, accessory clips that are on the float tube. They come with clips too. And where I got it positioned, this is great. Now the other side I made, but I didn't finish it the way I did on this side. And it works great, this one, because it stays put and it's out of my way. The other one that I made had like 3 or 4, and I could have a transducer on it and everything, but the thing always ended up in the water wrong. When you sit down, the thing would change, and it's like it never hang right, and also the rods are in the way. So what I did is I made another one just like that, but you got to turn it around because you want it on the opposite side to look like this, where the bungee clip you can get at. So one side is short, just like the other first side I did. And that one, I didn't fasten down the pipe on top there because I wanted it to be loose, and I thought maybe I could do without the cable clips, but it didn't work. So I'm going to probably end up finishing that like I did on the first side. But I made them pipes so they could lay across. And I got right or left. No, if you're picking up your fish and you want to put it in there so you don't lose it, so you can take the hook off, you can set it there, and then the rod is safe. And I did it for both sides that way because I don't know which side I'm used to using. But if I ever figure that one out, I'll probably get rid of one of them. But you can have 3 rods actually. I mean, one in your hand and two in the other 2 pipes laying in back. And they're out of the way. They don't. When you cast, you ain't getting hooked. I hardly ever cast straight over my head, and I like it. I like it, but see how loose it is? Well, that's why I ended up putting the cable clips on, because I thought if I lose that pipe, I'm gonna have to look for it in my stuff when it's in the car or whatever, because it won't be on there. It'll just slip right off. That's why I use the cable clips. You have to glue them down. That's all. And if you make a mistake and it's not mounted right or something ain't right, just take them off with a razor blade, put another one on and try it. That's what I did. See that one, when you had that old one, when I had the old one on there, it just turned the boat. The tubes, when you sit in the tubes, and the tubes change too. They don't just lay straight up and down always, depending on your weight too. So this was the best. I can have 3 rods, like I said, 3 rods. I ain't gonna have 4. I'm not gonna have 2 going across from me, but I do want 2 in there, and then 1 in my hand possibly. And if I had to, I could put it in the back, but then they get wet. And that one, you have to make sure that they're across from you. Like that one's like 3.5, so you got to make them glue the kick clips on at about 3 inches apart or something like that, if you want that thing to stay straight and not swivel or something. So that's how it looks, but it works really good that way, and I hope you like it.